13 on your sides. Emily, Scarlett joining us live outside the courthouse where it all happened. I mean, Emily, you've been following the case since the very beginning. What do we know about the mistrial this morning?
Tanner, good morning. Well, a disappointing outcome for both sides, really. Defense attorney Matt Borgula says after speaking with jurors, he thinks most were in favor of an acquittal, but that because they could not get all 12 to agree, Judge Christina Mims was forced to declare this a mistrial. Again, not the outcome either side was hoping for. The two sides clashing repeatedly during the trial and both giving remarks shortly after that mistrial was declared in press conferences, with both sides praising the work of the jury, saying they took things very seriously and worked hard to try and come to a conclusion. Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker saying to reporters, while he's disappointed, he isn't necessarily surprised by the outcome.
What happened today is not what anybody was expecting or wanted. We're hoping for a verdict, and I think the family, and I don't know if they've talked here, but they're extremely disappointed, as am I. Especially when you look across the country, there's a number of police-involved incidents where it ends up in a hung jury quite a bit. So we always knew there was a possibility. It's a difficult case.
As for the defense, Borgula telling reporters Schurr is now moving forward with the status quo, saying there are no real winners here.
We cannot declare victory because there really is no winning here. A man died, and that is a very serious thing. Christopher Schurr is happy that the jury didn't determine that he's criminally responsible for that death. But you know, it's hard to say that we feel like this was a victory.
So what's next? The ball now really in prosecutor Chris Becker's court. He can either retry this case, offer a plea deal, or dismiss the charges altogether. Now, Christopher Schurr, you may remember, he was not in custody prior to the start of this trial. He had been released on bond back in 2022, and he's not in custody now. He was actually discreetly escorted out of the courtroom yesterday, avoiding any cameras, as we now all wait to see what happens next. Back to you all.
Well, and speaking of what happens next here, Emily, the prosecutor, Chris Becker, could file a lesser charge and bring this to a new trial, all to a new jury. Did he give any indication about if he'll do that in this case?
Well, Chris Becker is saying that that decision has not been made at this time. He did say he would not be making any decision without first speaking with the Lioya family, getting their input on what they would like to see happen. He said he would also be taking into account the feedback that he's been getting from the jury thus far. So it's not clear when that decision will be made, but Chris Becker making it clear this is a big decision that he will not rush on. Live outside the Kent County Courthouse in downtown Grand Rapids, Emily, Scarlett, 13 on your side.
Yep, Emily will be keeping tabs on it. Thank you.